Hello horse friends and welcome back to the Imperfect Equestrian. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of a review on my Pivo. Now I've been using this to help film my riding for a couple of years now, and I'd like to perhaps share with you how I find it and whether it's any good for you or not.
Kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. You're like my favorite snack, I won't say it out loud. I won't say you're perfect, we all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of way that I got.
If you've never heard of a Pivo before, it's a small, portable 360-degree AI tracking system that works alongside your phone to assist you capturing the best of your horse and rider training onto video. It can be used to capture memories or do rider and horse training analysis, or even for live coaching sessions. The Pivo app uses your phone's camera to recognise and follow your movements and keeps you centre frame of each shot. Here you can see that the Pivo is following me in Comanche, and you can see in the bottom right hand corner what the Pivo is actually recording that I'll be able to view later on. For this particular session I have my Pivo mounted on my tripod in the middle of the paddock just in case I wish to ride all the way around. There are currently 3 versions of Pivo available in the UK. I believe there are a couple of other versions that you can get if you're in some other countries, but let's have a quick look at what versions are available as of spring 2025 in the UK. The cheapest option is currently the Pivo Equestrian Lite, described by Pivo as ideal for beginners and young riders. It has a 6-hour battery life and includes 1 year's free basic horse tracking. The basic horse tracking is ideal for recognising the horse's shape and following it. However, after the year, if you wish to continue with the basic horse tracking, then you will need to take out a subscription, and here are the prices for the subscription. The price for this unit is £126. The next and arguably most popular model is the Pivo Equestrian Silver. It's considered best for students by Pivo and includes basic and advanced horse tracking. The advanced horse tracking recognises the horse and the rider, helping it to track more accurately. It's also a little faster to be easily able to follow the faster paces of the horse. This also has a 6-hour battery life and has an additional feature where it can be used for live video lessons with a coach. The cost of this unit is £134. And finally, we have the Pivo Equestrian Max. This unit basically does a lot of the same things as the Silver does, but it's a much larger unit. It offers a longer battery life of 10 to 12 hours, and it can also not only support your phone but support your tablet and a camera as well. But please do check out the website, as there are some cameras that it does not work alongside. The current price of this unit is £259. So here I have my Pivo pod mounted onto the tripod with the phone in the holder that comes with the Pivo pod. Now you can see on top there that there's a little bubble for seeing if it's level or not, so it's really important that the Pivo pod is level, else it'll struggle to go round or it could be noisy or clunky. And I've got my phone as near balanced as I possibly can, so it's time for me to turn it on now. So in my editing apps here you can just about see the Pivo play button and the Pivo track. I'll put it on the screen so you can see it a bit better. And Pivo Play does some interesting things, but it's mostly Pivo Track that you'll be wanting for the horse. So if we pop it onto Pivo Track for a minute, and I want to add the device. So it's just reminding me here to turn on the Do Not Disturb mode, which means if I pull down into airplane mode, then it won't be disturbed by any phone calls, because if you get phone calls or anything like that when you're using your Pivo, then it can cut it off. But if you do pull it down, I think I've been told that you do have to reconnect the Bluetooth again, so we'll do that now. So it's currently searching for the Pivo. There we are, it's come up with Pivo pod registered. Pivo Pod Silver 100% battery. So we're now on. So I want to check down here that it says horse mode, and we've got horse basic, horse advanced. So either of those really. We'll go for horse advanced, and it's now looking for a horse to track. Now there's not one here because I've got it facing the wrong way, so we're going to come around, help it a little bit, and wait for it to pick up its found Comanche. See how it pulled it out my hand then? So if I pull it back, you see it finds Comanche and it pulls it back. So if I move Comanche around now, it will follow him. We'll see that in a moment. So to record, we just press the record button, it'll count down, and if I just go unclip Comanche and move him back a little bit, you should watch it follow him. So I've sped this up a little bit so you don't have to sit for it too long, but you can see how the Pivo is turning the camera to follow Comanche as it goes backwards, and then again as I pull him forward it alters its course so it can follow him and come forward again. And to stop it, we just press the stop. It'll now get saved to the Pivo section, but also to your gallery. There are many accessories available, but honestly one of the best I can recommend is the smart mount. I honestly even use it without Pivo. You can see that I'm using my Pivo action mount to hold my camera for my normal filming. So it's on the tripod there, and it's really easy to just, if I need to like slightly adjust the angle of the camera, or you can undo it and actually turn it completely. I've got my microphone in the way, but you can turn it completely to be able to use on Instagram reels or anything like that, so you can have it portrait or landscape. Very handy. There it is in portrait mode. Whilst the Pivo Track app is used to track the horses in videos, the Pivo Play offers some fun options as well. Here I'm about to have some fun with the Mini Me section, which will take a fun picture with lots of me around Comanche. I'm given a countdown, then I must strike a pose, and then I move to the next position for the next pose, and then repeat again, and we get a fun photo at the end. Let's take a look at that photo. It's not perfect, but you can see how photos like this might have some fun applications. You will find lots of options in the settings area. You can see how there's many different speeds, and often you'll get beta versions of testing. Like here we have a much faster speed than usual, and there's also an auto speed function as well. There's also auto zoom and target exposure and predictive follow. Obviously predictive follow follows your head, and I find target exposure to be a bit hit and miss. Here are some examples of the Pivo at work. I use various settings to play about to try different things, and also I try some tricky manoeuvres like facing the camera, moving sideways and walking away. In general, I'm not a big fan of the target exposure, as you'll notice it has a lot of light to dark flicking on the screen, and I do like to use the auto zoom function, but sometimes it definitely has a bit of a fit and it's not sure whether to zoom in or stay out. Background colour can also lend some confusion to the camera if it blends in a bit too easily with your horse, which may be the case in some situations with Comanche here. It's where it gets a little confused with some things. There have also been situations where if there is another horse in the background, it has been known to get confused as well and stop on the other horse, but that has now been supposedly improved with the new updates, as now it understands that there is a rider on the horse as well. It should be able to tell the difference between a loose horse and a horse with a rider on. I've been very happily surprised with any time Comanche has been head on or with his bum towards the camera, that the camera has at least understood that we are there, because I have had situations with the past before the updates that the camera would not know where we'd gone because we were now facing head on and stationary. So that's a massive improvement. I have sped up some areas of these videos, as where I was riding Comanche was extremely slippy that day, so we were unable to break out of walk, and I know it's quite boring for you to watch.
Beneath an endless night, the world spins around. You're there, ease my mind. Like stars that never die, you and I will shine during the darkest times. As the
I gave Pivo a different type of test. I rode JJ in our 1 acre field and put the Pivo not quite in the middle but somewhere around the middle. It's not a level field at all, it's very slopey, so where we are currently is quite high up and the other side is quite low down. Now on this part here you will notice that Pivo actually loses us, but we are quite far away, so it's zoomed out because it is trying to track where the horse is and it can't find us, so we disappear off screen, and you'll see all I do is ride back around and successfully pick up Pivo again. So anytime you lose the Pivo you just need to ride in front of it and it will quickly find you again. Now the sun was setting whilst I was riding, so it was quite interesting to see how well it actually did cope whenever JJ walked in front of where the sun was, and it was constantly going from shadow to light. So I think it actually did cope really well considering it is quite a challenging light circumstance. You can see it's managing to keep good track of us as we turn towards the camera and away from the camera, and again we're reasonably far away from the camera at this point of distance. The ground's a bit better, so we try a short turn of speed past the camera to see if it can keep up with us. Just a trot, but it manages quite well. Another trot past in the opposite direction and a bit of a circle round, and with the changing light conditions because the sun is down, I think it does extremely well following us really here. Quite far away again at this point, and yet somehow Pivo manages to track us just fine this time. Whether it's because we're downhill more and it's a bit easier for Pivo to tell us apart from things, I'm not too sure, but there is definitely some success this time at us being far away and being followed. Hi guys, this is Editing Becky just dropping in at the end of the video. This video did not go how I thought it would in the first place. I was thoroughly expecting to make a video about how Pivo was not suitable anymore for the current market because of how many problems it has. I haven't been using it for quite a while now because of things like it would pick up the other horse in the background, so I'd have to always lock one horse away somewhere to use it, and also you know, it had a lot of problems if I was facing the camera. So if I was finishing a segment and I was talking to you to say goodbye or hello or give you some information, it would lose where we were and turn away and start looking for us. So that was a bit of a pain for me. So they've done a lot of work, a lot of bug fixes, and I think I can happily say that for the price range that it's at, that it's still very current in the market and still very relevant, and that I would definitely recommend you getting one if you need to film yourself. Obviously have a play about with the settings. You could see from different settings we used that you're kind of sacrificing one thing for the benefit of another, and again if you have a different kind of arena or you know, different coloured horse, then you might find things work out a little bit different for you as well. I've seen plenty of videos with people jumping and cantering past, and it does very well at keeping up with them, so it's not a problem with that. There hasn't been for a long time. So I definitely recommend the Pivo for a 2025 camera assistant. Well, thanks for joining us again, and I hope that that's given you some ideas about whether a Pivo is any good for you or not. So we'll see you again next time.